Motorcycle clubs have long been associated with a sense of freedom, brotherhood, and rebellion. However, beneath the surface of camaraderie and the open road, some of these groups are notorious for their involvement in violent crimes, drug trafficking, and ruthless tactics. These outlaw motorcycle gangs, OMGs, have earned a fearsome reputation not only among law enforcement but also within the biker community. Among these groups, there are those so brutal that even the infamous Hells Angels keep a wary eye on them. Today, we'll dive into the dark world of the most dangerous motorcycle clubs. Number 20. Grim Reapers Motorcycle Club. The Grim Reapers Motorcycle Club, primarily based in Canada, has a dark history of criminal activities. Established in the 1960s, they quickly gained notoriety for their involvement in drug trafficking, weapons trafficking, and violent crimes. With chapters spread across the country, their influence extends far and wide, making them one of the most formidable biker gangs in Canada and even in the USA. What sets the Grim Reapers apart is their structured organization and strategic alliances with other criminal entities. This has allowed them to operate efficiently, evading law enforcement while expanding their criminal enterprises. Their involvement in drug trafficking is extensive, with operations that span from the production and distribution of methamphetamine to the smuggling of other narcotics. Violence is a tool they wield without hesitation. Internal conflicts within the gang are often settled through brutal means, ensuring loyalty and discipline among their ranks. Their confrontations with rival gangs have led to numerous deadly clashes, leaving a trail of bloodshed in their wake. Despite their fearsome reputation, the Grim Reapers maintain a facade of brotherhood and camaraderie. They organize charity events and community activities, attempting to mask their illicit activities under the guise of a law-abiding social club. However, beneath this image lies a network of hardened criminals who stop at nothing to protect their interests. Number 19. Red Devils Motorcycle Club. The Red Devils Motorcycle Club is often viewed as a support club for the Hells Angels, but don't let that secondary status fool you. They are a force to be reckoned with in their own right. Formed in the 1940s, the Red Devils have established chapters worldwide, acting as enforcers and expanding the reach of the Hells Angels criminal empire. Their primary activities include drug trafficking and violent crime. The Red Devils are deeply involved in the distribution of illegal drugs, working in tandem with the Hells Angels to control the narcotics market. Their operations are highly organized, with a strict hierarchy and well-coordinated logistics that rival those of major criminal syndicates. Violence is integral to their operations. The Red Devils are known for their aggressive tactics when dealing with rivals or those who cross them. Their enforcement methods are brutal, often involving severe beatings, intimidation, and in some cases, murder. This ruthless approach ensures that their territory remains uncontested and their operations uninterrupted. The Red Devils' close association with the Hells Angels provides them with a significant advantage. This relationship offers them protection and resources, allowing them to operate with relative impunity. However, it also places them under constant scrutiny from law enforcement agencies worldwide who are determined to dismantle this dangerous network. Number 18. Rebels Motorcycle Club. The Rebels Motorcycle Club, one of the largest outlaw motorcycle gangs in Australia, has a notorious reputation for violence and criminal activities. Established in the 1960s, the Rebels have grown into a significant force, with chapters spread across Australia and beyond. Their influence extends to New Zealand, Southeast Asia, and even parts of Europe. Drug trafficking is a cornerstone of the Rebels' operations. They are heavily involved in the production, distribution, and sale of illicit drugs, including methamphetamine and cocaine. Their sophisticated network ensures a steady flow of narcotics into local and international markets, generating substantial profits for the gang. Violence is another hallmark of the Rebels. They have been involved in numerous violent clashes with rival gangs, often resulting in fatalities. These conflicts are driven by competition for control over lucrative drug markets and territorial disputes. The Rebels' willingness to use extreme violence has cemented their reputation as one of the most dangerous biker gangs in the world. In addition to drug trafficking and violence, the Rebels are also involved in extortion, money laundering, and other criminal enterprises. Their operations are highly organized, with a strict hierarchy and a code of silence that makes it difficult for law enforcement to infiltrate their ranks. Despite their criminal activities, the Rebels maintain a strong public presence. They participate in charity events and community activities, attempting to present a positive image. However, this is merely a facade that hides their true nature as a ruthless and violent criminal organization. Number 17. Comanchero Motorcycle Club. The Comanchero Motorcycle Club, based in Australia, is known for its violent clashes with other gangs and its involvement in a wide range of criminal activities. Founded in the 1960s, the Comancheros have a long history of violence and brutality that has earned them a fearsome reputation. Drug trafficking is a major part of the Comancheros' operations. They are heavily involved in the production, distribution, and sale of illegal drugs, including methamphetamine and cocaine. Their drug operations are highly organized, with extensive networks that allow them to supply both local and international markets. The Comancheros are also known for their violent confrontations with rival gangs. These conflicts are often brutal and deadly, with numerous incidents of shootings, stabbings, and assaults. The gang's willingness to use extreme violence to protect their interests and settle disputes has made them one of the most feared biker gangs in Australia. Despite their criminal activities, the Comancheros maintain a strong sense of brotherhood and loyalty among their members. This tight-knit bond, combined with their ruthless tactics and extensive criminal networks, makes them a formidable force in the world of outlaw motorcycle gangs. Number 16. Nomads Motorcycle Club. The Nomads Motorcycle Club, another Australian-based gang, is notorious for its involvement in drug trafficking, extortion, and violent crime. Founded in the 1960s, the Nomads have built a reputation as one of the most dangerous and influential biker gangs in Australia. Drug trafficking is a central component of the Nomads' criminal operations. They are involved in the production, distribution, and sale of a wide range of illegal drugs, including methamphetamine and cannabis. Their drug operations are highly organized and lucrative, providing significant revenue for the gang. Violence is also a key aspect of the Nomads' activities. They have been involved in numerous violent confrontations with rival gangs, often resulting in serious injuries or fatalities. These conflicts are driven by competition for control over drug markets and territorial disputes. The Nomads' readiness to use extreme violence to protect their interests and eliminate rivals has solidified their status as one of the most feared biker gangs in Australia. In addition to drug trafficking and violence, the Nomads are also involved in extortion, money laundering, and other criminal enterprises. Their operations are well organized and highly secretive, making it difficult for law enforcement to penetrate their ranks and dismantle their criminal networks. Despite their criminal activities, the Nomads maintain a public presence through community events and charity work. However, this is merely a facade that conceals their true nature as a ruthless and violent criminal organization. Their strong sense of brotherhood and loyalty, combined with their extensive criminal networks and willingness to use violence, make them a formidable force in the world of outlaw motorcycle gangs. Number 15. Mongols Motorcycle Club. The Mongols Motorcycle Club is one of the most notorious biker gangs, especially known for its fierce rivalry with the Hells Angels. Founded in 1969 in Montebello, California, the club was initially formed by Hispanic Vietnam veterans who were rejected by the Hells Angels due to their ethnicity. This rejection fueled a deep-seated animosity between the two groups, leading to numerous violent clashes over the years. The Mongols are heavily involved in organized crime, including drug trafficking, extortion, and violent crimes. Their criminal activities span across the United States and even into international territories. The club has been implicated in methamphetamine distribution, and numerous members have been arrested for violent acts ranging from assault to murder. One of the most significant incidents involving the Mongols occurred in 2002 at the Harrah's Casino in Laughlin, Nevada. A confrontation with the Hells Angels erupted into a deadly brawl, resulting in 3 deaths and numerous injuries. This event highlighted the extreme violence these gangs are capable of when their paths cross. Despite numerous law enforcement crackdowns, the Mongols continue to operate and maintain their fearsome reputation. Their logo, a Mongol warrior, is a symbol of their aggressive and unyielding nature. The club's motto, "Respect few, fear none," encapsulates their intimidating presence in the biker world. Number 14. Bandidos Motorcycle Club. The Bandidos Motorcycle Club, founded in 1966 in Texas by Don Chambers, is one of the largest and most violent outlaw motorcycle gangs globally. With the motto, "We are the people our parents warned us about," the Bandidos have established a fearsome reputation through their involvement in a wide range of criminal activities. The Bandidos' criminal operations include drug trafficking, murder, and extortion. They are known to control a significant portion of the methamphetamine trade in the United States and have extended their operations into Australia and Europe. The club's violent nature has been highlighted in numerous violent confrontations with rival gangs, particularly the Hells Angels. One of the most notorious incidents involving the Bandidos occurred in 2015 in Waco, Texas. A meeting between several motorcycle clubs at a Twin Peaks restaurant turned into a violent shootout, resulting in 9 deaths and numerous injuries. This event underscored the Bandidos' willingness to engage in extreme violence to protect their interests and assert their dominance. The Bandidos' leadership has also faced significant legal challenges. Many high-ranking members have been arrested and convicted for their roles in criminal activities. Despite these setbacks, the club remains a formidable force in the world of outlaw motorcycle gangs, continuing to expand its influence and instill fear in its rivals.
Is caught dealing dope or anything illegal, that's individual achievement. That's he's on his own. We don't condone that.
Number 13. Outlaws Motorcycle Club, AOA. The Outlaws Motorcycle Club, also known as the American Outlaws Association, is one of the oldest and most notorious biker gangs in the world. Founded in 1935 in McCook, Illinois, the Outlaws have a long history of violent confrontations and criminal activities, making them one of the Hells Angels' most significant rivals. The Outlaws are heavily involved in drug trafficking, particularly methamphetamine and cocaine. They have also been implicated in numerous violent crimes, including murder, assault, and extortion. Their criminal activities extend beyond the United States, with chapters in Europe, Australia, and Asia. One of the most infamous incidents involving the Outlaws occurred in 1994 in Canada. A deadly confrontation with the Hells Angels at a biker event led to multiple deaths and injuries, further fueling the violent rivalry between the two gangs. This event highlighted the extreme violence and brutality that these gangs are capable of when their paths cross. Despite numerous law enforcement crackdowns, the Outlaws continue to operate and expand their influence. The club's motto, "God forgives, outlaws don't," encapsulates their ruthless and unforgiving nature. Number 12. Pagans Motorcycle Club. The Pagans Motorcycle Club, founded in 1959 in Prince George's County, Maryland, is one of the most violent and feared biker gangs in the United States. Known for their brutal confrontations with the Hells Angels, the Pagans have established a reputation for extreme violence and criminal activities. The Pagans are heavily involved in drug trafficking, particularly methamphetamine, and have also been implicated in extortion, arson, and murder. Their criminal operations extend across the eastern United States, with a significant presence in New York, New Jersey, and Pennsylvania. One of the most notorious incidents involving the Pagans occurred in 2002 in Long Island, New York. A violent clash with the Hells Angels at a motorcycle event led to multiple injuries and arrests. This event highlighted the Pagans' willingness to engage in extreme violence to protect their interests and assert their dominance. The Pagans' leadership has also faced significant legal challenges. Many high-ranking members have been arrested and convicted for their roles in criminal activities. Despite these setbacks, the club remains a formidable force in the world of outlaw motorcycle gangs, continuing to expand its influence and instill fear in its rivals. The Pagans' logo, a Norse fire giant wielding a sword, symbolizes their aggressive and unyielding nature. Their motto, "Live Pagan, Die Pagan," reflects their commitment to their outlaw lifestyle and their willingness to engage in violent confrontations to protect their interests. Number 11. Sons of Silence. The Sons of Silence, founded in 1966 in Newott, Colorado, is one of the most notorious and violent motorcycle gangs in the United States. Known for their involvement in drug trafficking, murder, and other serious crimes, the Sons of Silence have established a fearsome reputation through their ruthless criminal activities. The Sons of Silence are heavily involved in the methamphetamine trade, controlling a significant portion of the market in the western United States. They have also been implicated in numerous violent crimes, including murder, assault, and extortion. Their criminal operations extend beyond the United States, with chapters in Germany and other countries. One of the most infamous incidents involving the Sons of Silence occurred in 1999. A violent confrontation with law enforcement in Denver, Colorado, led to multiple arrests and the seizure of significant quantities of drugs and weapons. This event highlighted the extreme violence and criminal sophistication of the Sons of Silence. Despite numerous law enforcement crackdowns, the Sons of Silence continue to operate and expand their influence. The club's motto, "Until the wheels fall off," encapsulates their commitment to their outlaw lifestyle and their willingness to engage in violent confrontations to protect their interests.
If we all joined forces, every club, every chapter in a nation, they'd have to bring in an army to cool us down.
Number 10. Vagos Motorcycle Club. The Vagos Motorcycle Club, often referred to as the Green Nation due to their distinctive green colors, is one of the most feared biker gangs in the world. Founded in San Bernardino, California in 1963, Vagos has grown into a massive organization with chapters spread across the United States, Canada, Mexico, and Europe. Their involvement in criminal activities is extensive, ranging from drug trafficking and weapons trafficking to violent crime and murder. The Vagos are known for their brutal methods and their willingness to engage in deadly confrontations with rival gangs, law enforcement, and even within their ranks. Their primary income comes from the illegal drug trade, specifically methamphetamine distribution. They are also deeply involved in the illegal weapons market, smuggling firearms across borders. Vagos members are easily identifiable by their green insignia, featuring the Norse god Loki. This symbol represents their chaotic and rebellious nature. The club's structure is highly organized with a strict hierarchy and code of conduct that members must adhere to. Failure to follow these rules can result in severe punishment or even death. One of the most infamous incidents involving the Vagos occurred in 2011 when a shootout erupted between Vagos and Hells Angels members at a Nevada casino, resulting in several deaths and injuries. This event highlighted the intense rivalry between these two powerful motorcycle clubs. Despite numerous arrests and ongoing investigations, the Vagos Motorcycle Club remains a significant threat due to their extensive criminal network and their readiness to use violence to maintain their dominance. Number 9. Gypsy Joker Motorcycle Club. The Gypsy Joker Motorcycle Club, founded in San Francisco in 1956, is another highly feared biker gang. With chapters across the United States, Australia, Norway, and Germany, this club has a long history of criminal activity, including drug trafficking, murder, and extortion. The Gypsy Jokers are known for their violent tactics and their involvement in numerous high-profile crimes. Their insignia, a menacing skull with a jester's hat, symbolizes their unpredictable and dangerous nature. They have a reputation for not backing down from a fight, whether it be with rival gangs or law enforcement. One of the most notorious events involving the Gypsy Jokers occurred in Australia in 2001, when a brutal feud with the Bandidos Motorcycle Club resulted in several murders and violent confrontations. This war of attrition demonstrated the lengths to which the Gypsy Jokers would go to protect their territory and reputation. The club's criminal enterprises are diverse, but they are primarily involved in the drug trade, particularly methamphetamine and cocaine. They also engage in extortion, using intimidation and violence to extract money from businesses and individuals. Their reach extends into the illegal arms trade, further cementing their status as a dangerous and influential organization. Despite significant law enforcement efforts to dismantle the Gypsy Jokers, their deeply entrenched criminal network and their willingness to use extreme violence make them a persistent threat in the world of organized crime. Number 8. Road Knights Motorcycle Club. The Road Knights Motorcycle Club, based in New Zealand, is a prominent and dangerous biker gang known for their involvement in drug trafficking and violent crime. Established in the 1970s, the Road Knights have built a reputation for their ruthless behavior and their willingness to engage in violent confrontations with rival gangs and law enforcement. The Road Knights members are notorious for their brutal methods, including intimidation, assault, and murder, to protect their interests and maintain control over their territory. One of the key sources of income for the Road Knights is the drug trade, particularly the production and distribution of methamphetamine. They also engage in other criminal activities such as extortion, money laundering, and illegal weapons trafficking. Their criminal network extends beyond New Zealand with connections to other international biker gangs and organized crime groups. The Road Knights are known for their violent clashes with rival gangs such as the Mongrel Mob and the Hells Angels. These confrontations often result in significant bloodshed and escalate the already tense atmosphere in the regions where they operate. The gang's willingness to use extreme violence to protect their interests makes them a formidable force in the criminal underworld. Despite efforts by law enforcement to curb their activities, the Road Knights Motorcycle Club continues to be a significant threat due to their deeply entrenched criminal network and their readiness to resort to violence to achieve their goals. Number 7. Hooligans Motorcycle Club. The Hooligans Motorcycle Club, as their name suggests, are known for their aggressive and violent behavior. Founded in California, the Hooligans have a reputation for engaging in brutal confrontations with other gangs and involvement in various criminal activities. The Hooligans are involved in a wide range of criminal enterprises, including drug trafficking, extortion, and armed robbery. Their operations extend across the United States, and they have established a strong presence in several states. One of the most infamous incidents involving the Hooligans occurred in 2015 when a violent brawl broke out between the Hooligans and the Mongols Motorcycle Club at a motorcycle rally in California. The confrontation resulted in multiple injuries and arrests, highlighting the Hooligans' willingness to engage in public displays of violence to assert their dominance. The Hooligans are also known for their internal discipline and strict code of conduct. Members who fail to adhere to the club's rules face severe consequences, including physical punishment and expulsion from the club. This strict internal structure ensures that the Hooligans remain a cohesive and dangerous force. Despite numerous arrests and law enforcement efforts to dismantle their operations, the Hooligans Motorcycle Club remains a significant threat due to their extensive criminal network and their propensity for violence. Their aggressive tactics and willingness to engage in brutal confrontations make them one of the most feared biker gangs in the world. Number 6. Iron Order Motorcycle Club. The Iron Order Motorcycle Club presents itself as a law-abiding group, but their history is marred by numerous violent incidents and clashes with other motorcycle gangs. Founded in 2004 in Kentucky, the Iron Order has quickly grown into a controversial and feared organization with chapters across the United States and abroad. Despite their claims of being a law-abiding club, the Iron Order has been involved in multiple violent confrontations, often resulting in serious injuries and deaths. One of the most notable incidents involving the Iron Order occurred in 2014 when a shootout with the Black Pistons Motorcycle Club at a charity event in Florida left several people wounded. This event brought significant media attention to the Iron Order and raised questions about their true nature and intentions. The Iron Order's criminal activities are diverse, including drug trafficking, weapons trafficking, and extortion. Their aggressive recruitment tactics and rapid expansion have led to numerous clashes with other motorcycle clubs who view the Iron Order as a threat to their dominance. Despite their controversial reputation and frequent run-ins with the law, the Iron Order continues to expand and assert their presence in the biker community. Their willingness to engage in violent confrontations and their involvement in various criminal enterprises make them one of the most dangerous motorcycle clubs in the world. Number 5. Warlocks Motorcycle Club. The Warlocks Motorcycle Club is a notorious group operating primarily in the southeastern United States, especially in states like Florida and Pennsylvania. Founded by Vietnam War veterans in the late 1960s, the club has a reputation for being highly disciplined and fiercely protective of its members. Their military background has shaped their organization, making them one of the most structured and dangerous biker groups in the US. The Warlocks are heavily involved in serious criminal activities. Drug trafficking, particularly methamphetamine, is one of their main sources of income. Authorities have also tied them to weapons smuggling and violent crimes, including assaults and even murders. Law enforcement raids on the Warlocks have uncovered large drug operations and illegal weapons, further cementing their place as a criminal powerhouse. Clashes with rival gangs, especially the Hells Angels and Pagans, are a hallmark of the Warlocks' history. These confrontations often result in violent and public displays of force, such as shootouts and brawls, which have left a trail of destruction over the years. The Warlocks' strict code of silence and strong loyalty make it extremely difficult for law enforcement to infiltrate or break up their operations. Their logo, a phoenix rising from the ashes, reflects their resilience and determination. Despite numerous police crackdowns, the Warlocks continue to rebuild and expand, remaining a significant threat in the biker underworld.
Is that only 1% of the people who ride motorcycles are criminals. And some clubs just laugh at that and said, okay, we'll be that 1%.
Number 4. Satan's Slaves Motorcycle Club. Satan's Slaves Motorcycle Club is one of the oldest and most feared biker gangs in the United Kingdom. Formed in the 1960s, the club has chapters across England and Scotland, with a presence in other parts of Europe, including Germany and the Netherlands. Known for their secretive nature, Satan's slaves operate in the shadows, making it hard for authorities to track their activities. The group is deeply involved in organized crime, including drug trafficking, extortion, and violent offenses. They play a significant role in the distribution of illegal drugs like cocaine and amphetamines across the UK. Members are known to use intimidation and violence to protect their operations, often targeting rivals or those who challenge their authority. Satan's slaves have had frequent run-ins with rival gangs, including the Hells Angels. These confrontations often escalate into bloody fights, adding to their already fearsome reputation. Their name and emblem, featuring a devilish figure, project an image of power and menace that keeps both rivals and authorities on edge. Despite their criminal history, the club maintains a tight-knit brotherhood. Loyalty is their cornerstone, and breaking their code comes with severe consequences. Their control over certain regions and criminal enterprises makes them a dominant force in Europe's biker underworld. Number 3. Booze Fighters Motorcycle Club. The Booze Fighters Motorcycle Club has a long history, starting in the 1940s as a social club for returning World War II veterans. Although their origins were light-hearted and centered around a love for motorcycles and camaraderie, the Booze Fighters have developed a darker reputation over time. Today, the Booze Fighters are known for their involvement in violent conflicts and clashes with other motorcycle gangs. While they avoid alignment with larger groups like the Hells Angels or Bandidos, this independence often leads to tension. Rivalries have turned deadly at times, with members engaging in brawls and shootouts to assert their dominance. Unlike some of the other clubs on this list, the Booze Fighters are less involved in organized crime like drug trafficking or extortion. However, their violent reputation and history of public altercations at motorcycle rallies make them a group that other gangs do not take lightly. Their name reflects their original fun-loving nature, but their actions today paint a much more dangerous picture. As a result, the Booze Fighters continue to hold a place of infamy in the biker world. Number 2. Diablo's Motorcycle Club. The Diablo's Motorcycle Club is a highly organized and dangerous group primarily based in New England, though they have chapters across the United States. Since their founding in the 1960s, the Diablos have become infamous for their involvement in drug and weapons trafficking. The Diablos are a key player in the cocaine trade, using their network to distribute drugs across state lines. They are also known for their violent enforcement methods. Rival gangs, informants, and even civilians have fallen victim to their brutal tactics. Police investigations have revealed that the club is heavily armed, with members often carrying illegal firearms. The Diablos maintain ties with other notorious groups, including the Hells Angels. These alliances allow them to expand their operations, though they also create opportunities for betrayal and power struggles. Despite law enforcement efforts to shut them down, the Diablos remain active and powerful. Their ability to adapt and rebuild after police raids keeps them as a constant threat in the criminal underworld.
Don't allow minorities to belong. They don't treat women very well. They have multiple arrests for street violence. So all in all, just outright thugs.
Number 1. Highwaymen Motorcycle Club. The Highwaymen Motorcycle Club stands out as one of the most violent and influential biker gangs in the United States. Founded in Detroit during the 1950s, the Highwaymen have grown into a massive organization with chapters across the Midwest and even outside the US. Their criminal activities are widespread and include drug trafficking, extortion, and violent crimes. The Highwaymen are deeply involved in the cocaine trade, often working with international suppliers to bring drugs into the country. Local businesses have also been targets of their extortion schemes, with owners paying protection money to avoid harm. The gang is infamous for its violent conflicts with rivals, particularly the Outlaws and the Hells Angels. These disputes often result in deadly encounters, from shootings to brutal assaults. The Highwaymen are well organized with a strict hierarchy that ensures discipline and loyalty among their members. Their logo, a winged skull, reflects their deadly reputation. Despite law enforcement efforts to dismantle their operations, the Highwaymen continue to dominate Detroit's biker scene. Their size, power, and willingness to use extreme violence make them one of the most feared motorcycle clubs in the world.
My dad would always say when we were kids, if I was broke down along, or if he was broke down along a road, I'd rather for a bunch of bikers stop to help me than a carload of gangbangers.